Cancerians, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of April. Here with me, Joey the Starry-Eyed Hedge Witch, and we're going to be looking at what plant spirit is going to stand you in the best stead for April. Going forward, what's best for you to connect with, what magic is best for you, what messages does it have, and we're using the Green Witch Oracle this month. So you have Fennel! Another fiery herb. We have strength. Okay. So the quote here is by John Erskine. I have never had so many good ideas day after day as when I worked in the garden. You will find strength and positive grounding energy coming forth and an invitation to take on a new life path. April is really good for that astrologically. New path, new life. Great. Friendships are highlighted by Fennel, and you may find yourself spending additional time with those you align closely with. Situations in which sharing is high on the agenda will occur, and you are being prompted to share or teach what you know. Be careful not to work too hard or become unnecessarily reclusive. It is used in magic for grounding, completion, goals, friendships, and shared successes. Deities associated with it are Dionysus, Hephaestus, Adonis, Hermes, Mercury, as well as the astrological sign Virgo and the celestial body Mercury. Wow, a whole load of really wonderful, very mutable energies for you this month. Okay. So, Fennel is a hardy perennial member of the family Apiaceae from the carrot family, which is used for food, medicine, and perfume. Its flower heads are yellow, which give way to fragrant seeds. Fennel can grow up to 6 feet with finely divided ferny leaves. The entire plant is edible and smells quite like anise or licorice. Yeah, be very careful when eating wild fennel. Fennel has a long history of use in Europe and has grown plentifully around the Mediterranean basin for millennia. Fennel is mentioned in the 9 Herbs Charm, 10th century Anglo-Saxon poem about the magical uses of common herbs, and gives its name to several locations including Funchal, Portugal and Marathon, Greece. The word fennel comes from the Old English word for hay. The giant fennel was used to make a thyrsus, a ceremonial wand carried by followers of Dionysus. That's interesting. Pliny mentions fennel in his natural history and recommends it for improving the eyesight. In 1842, Longfellow echoes the recommendation in his poem The Goblet of Life, and the quote is, "Above the lower plants it towers, the fennel with yellow flowers, and in an earlier age than ours was gifted with the wondrous powers lost vision to restore." Roman conquest spread fennel throughout Europe, and by the medieval period it gained popularity in England, where it was a found and treasured place of monastic garden. Grown for healing properties and for the production of liquors, it became an ingredient in absinthe. The 9th century Benedict monk Walfrid Stabo praised fennel, saying, "Let us not forget to honour fennel. It grows on strong stem and spreads its branches wide. Its taste is sweet to its smell. They say it's good for eyesight that is clouded, that its seed taken with milk from a pregnant goat eases a swollen stomach and loosens sluggish bowels. What's more, your rasping cough will go if you take fennel root mixed with wine." Okay. Fennel was a popular pot herb and vegetable and appeared in cottage gardens and recipe books across the region. The leaves or beards were used to flavour sauces, poultry and fish, and the seeds used to sweeten beverages and baked goods. Wow, I didn't know all of this about fennel. It was recommended to stave off food cravings. The purchase of fennel seed was recorded in great quantities for the household of King Edward I, and later the Puritans brought the fennel to the New World as meaten seeds, which they chewed to help them stay alert and stave off the munchies during long church services. Fennel seed is perpetrated to be high in antioxidants and inflammatory, so it's used as a general disease prevention as well as a cure. said to be quite good for digestive issues, soothing acidic stomachs and encouraging digestion and absorption of food. Most well known as an appetite suppressant, its sweet flavour curbs sugar cravings. The essential oil in fennel seed also acts as an expectorant and makes a valuable addition to herbal teas for the supportive treatment of coughs. Fennel corresponds to Mercury and air, although it is in the fire section here, interestingly enough. So chew fennel before an important speech to feel more eloquent and confident. Also try it before meeting important people or to convince people of something. Use it in a beverage or inhale its fragrance to strengthen the mind and memory. Chewing while studying will help you maintain focus and retain the information. Can be used in spells to help combat cravings or for weight loss. Can be used in charms and spells to repel interference from outsiders, particularly law enforcement if someone is bothering you. In traditional medieval folkways, it was hung over the door to protect the home and the inhabitants from witchcraft, particularly at midsummer. There you go, that's a whole load of fennel information, which I wasn't aware of until right now, because fennel is not my favourite. Not to say anything about you Cancerians, I love you guys, but fennel is not my favourite in terms of a vegetable. I like the seeds, oddly enough. I really enjoy the seeds in witchcraft and spell working. I think they have this really gorgeous, somewhere between airy and earthy scent, and they really do help with like the memory aspect, and because of that I really love them in like spirit work. So I use fennel seeds in a lot of spirit work because it helps bring about the memory from the spiritual ecosystem of ancestors and things like that. I really like it for that. So that's my hot take on it. But it really is talking a lot about the connections that you're forming with other people by the sounds of it, as well as apparently appetite suppressant. It's just a weird thing about fennel. But there you go. So having a look at who you align with, how you form bonds, how you connect. There is an element here of protection for the month for you as well, to make sure that too much interference from outsiders is not going on, but you are, forming the bonds and the connections that you want to be forming, and you can really deepen your interpersonal friendships in particular this month. So this is a really great month for you guys in terms of communication, in terms of making new friends, trying new activities, going out a little bit more, stepping outside of your shell a little bit more. Have you been feeling a little bit reclusive of late, Cancerians? Do you need to step outside and try a new hobby, just get into nature a little bit more, go on walks and talks with friends, meet for coffees, anything that's sociable? Seems like it's a really good month for that for you guys, and that's really lovely. Situations in which sharing is, is there a situation where you're being encouraged to share what you know about something? Are you being encouraged to teach? Are you being encouraged to just step out of your comfort zone and talk about your information, your knowledge, your wisdom? It can take a little bit of a strength. You may be, again, you might have been a little bit too reclusive, and you need to have that kind of confidence to step out into the world. It's an interesting little energy for you guys this month. It really is in that kind of platonic connection. Is going to be what's most important for you going forward. And you have the strength in your bones to make the difference in your life. If you want to make new friends, if you want to make new connections, if you want to have a whole new way of life, then step into it, my darlings. You deserve it. So if you would like to hear more on a week-to-week basis, you can hop on over to my Patreon, where we pull cards every single week and make a video and talk all about what to expect. And if you're on a particular tier, you can also have a personal reading for the month, which is pretty great. Next month we're going to be talking about the goddess Morrigan and the in-depth connection to the plant spirit dandelion for all your resilience and overcoming difficulty needs. And I really do enjoy it over there on Patreon, and we're going to have a lot more space to be doing a lot more fun stuff over there from this point on. So I hope you will come over and join me. Many blessings, and I'll talk to you all very soon.